Hey guys, this is Ryan from True Life Canine, and I want to show you how to properly introduce your dog to the prong collar and show you how to get your dog to walk nicely on the leash. So it's really important when we introduce the dog to the prong collar that we are very gentle about it, and this exercise I'm going to show you is really important, because if you just kind of put the prong collar on, a lot of times that can kind of really startle a dog if you just start using it right away without introducing it properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of let him walk out in front of me, and then I'm just going to give him some gentle guidance back to me, and as soon as he turns his head and comes back towards me, I'm just going to say good and kind of let go of the leash pressure. And that just teaches him that whenever he feels pressure from the collar, if he just gives into the pressure, then it'll go away. And so by doing this, we really help to communicate to the dog what the prong collar means, and that way he won't be, kind of freaking out about it and unsure about it when we, put it on him. So this is a really important step. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's go, buddy. So I'm just going to let him get in front of me, and then some gentle pressure back. Good boy. And so just kind of let him know that's what I like. Nothing really fancy here. Good boy. So he's pretty sensitive to the pressure. He doesn't need very much, as you can see. Good boy. And it's really important that when you do this, it's not a popping motion. It's just a very light pressure. Just like this. I'm not popping it. Just good. So if you pop it, a lot of times when a dog's not used to it, then that could cause the dog to freak out and maybe object to the pressure. So you got to make sure you're not, using too much pressure. So I can use a little bit more now, getting kind of used to it. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. A little bit more. So as you can see, he's not having any issues with it. He understands what it means. As soon as he turns his head and comes towards me, I let go of the pressure. Good. So I can say good like that if I want to. Good job, buddy. Okay. So that's how you get your dog used to the pressure of the prong collar. And remember, this is a really important step. You don't want to just put it on and then start, walking the dog and doing any kind of pops or anything, because then the dog's not going to know what that means. So, about the walk. There's two ways you can hold the leash. You can hold it with two hands like this, or you can just kind of wrap it up like this. What I don't want you doing is going like this, a tight grip. You don't want to be kind of white knuckling it like this. You don't want to be, stiff like this. You want to be nice and relaxed. So the leash is loose. I'm nice and relaxed. I'm not holding tightly onto the leash. It's not, wrapped, really tightly around my hand or anything. That's not what you want. I personally like to hold the leash like this. Just kind of wrap it like that. And then just holding it nice and loosely. I'm nice and relaxed. And that's really important, because so many owners are used to just having a dog that pulls really hard, and they have to use a lot of force and pressure to hold their dog back, and they're just so used to being tense and holding the dog, and that's not what we want. We want to be nice and relaxed and confident when we're walking our dogs, because this can go a really long way. See it, buddy? Good boy. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start walking, and one other thing. The amount of leash I have right here is very important. So I don't want it to be like that. That's too much slack right there. And then this right here, that's too tight. You want to be somewhere in between. So with him, I'll probably have it something like this. And that's really important, because if it's too tight, there's going to be constant pressure on the dog's neck, and he's not going to understand what we want. And if it's too much, then we're going to have to really be using, you know, a lot more. Come here, buddy. Right here. We're going to really have to be using a lot more, you know, arm movement, and that's not what we want. What we're going to be doing is just some really light, kind of like some wrist flicks. So it's just going to be the motion I'm going to be doing when I'm giving him some information. It's just kind of like this, just like that. I'm not going like this. I'm going just like this. So it's kind of backwards, diagonally, kind of like behind me. So kind of like that. And you'll just kind of have to gauge it on how, you know, how firm the pop is according to the dog. So again, that's probably good with me for him. So there's really not that much, but it's not like choking up too tight on it. So I'm going to start walking. As soon as he starts to kind of get past my hip, I'm going to give him a little pop. I like the dog's head to be kind of parallel with my hip, and the second it starts to go ahead of me, I'm going to give him some information. If I'm waiting till the dog is up here, that's too late. And that's what a lot of owners do, and that's the mistake that a lot of people make. So if he's up here like this, I'm going to have to be using a lot more pressure and arm movement to get him back. If I give him information, the second he goes ahead, all I have to do is just a quick little pop like this, and that's enough to let him know, hey, I need you right here, right beside my hip. So let's just go ahead and start walking and see how this goes. Come on, buddy. And if you want to get on this side, it might be a little bit better. Let's go. Quick. All right. So we're just going to walk this way. Come on, bud.
1 minute.
And so a little pop right there. This guy is really sensitive. He doesn't need very much pressure at all. I'm really not having to do much with them. So let's see if I can even get him to go ahead. So a little bit ahead. Just a quick little pop like that. And if you saw that, it was just, you know, really quick. Just light pop, and it got him to kind of go back to where I needed him to be.